pharmacogenomics is still so damn new to lay people. It's like everyone has these eyes of wonder once you tell them the power. It's like, whoa, what? Really? And I would say that that's so easy to use to your advantage, or to at least leverage when you're talking to doctors, nurses, health professionals, just anybody really in the community. And it just takes really just one story of one PGX case to really emphasize the value of it. So if we're talking about PGX, I know we'll segue more into that, but people still have wonder. And so even though it's been around for 20 plus years, most people have no idea, or they may get all types of ads and spam, and they're like, well, get this test, it's an ancestry in me, and blah, blah, blah. When you start saying, hey, no, I'm a pharmacist, this is what it means, here's what it is, they're gonna tune in and lean in. And when people start leaning in, that, my friend, is when you're able to make a viable business model. That's when you're able to make impacts and share those wins, those stories of how this can really save lives. Yeah. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what I found too, that PGX is kind of like the what gets you in the door, and like really is so sensational and so life-changing to say, for the rest of your life, we can help you understand your medicine. That gets people hooked. And then when you show them additionally how you can care for them long-term, and how as a pharmacist you can do so much more, it just grows. But PGX is just so cool. I'm glad that you've incorporated it into your practice too. So will you tell us a little more about what your practice looks like? Do you see patients in person? Do you do it online? Do you drive to them? Like, tell us a little about what a day-to-day looks like for you.
Sure, no problem. So it does vary, and that's kind of the variances you'll find with concierge medicine. But a lot of what I do is telehealth focused, and COVID really helped to propel that into normalcy. So, in the beginning, of course, 2-3 years ago, we weren't talking about telehealth, but yeah, a lot of what I do are literally Zoom meetings with caregivers, particularly. And, my demographic tends to be either middle-aged caregivers or elderly patients themselves. And so they're not always the most tech savvy. And that's where sometimes I may make some exceptions to either go in person or meet them somewhere mutual, or even at the doctor's office if need be, just to get all the information I need to do in my job. But ultimately, majority of my patients are telehealth. And so when you ask me about my day-to-day, it does vary, because I could be working on, a COVID task force project, because I'm really involved with community service. And so there are some days where I may be like following up with insurance companies to see, hey, have we worked on the PA or appeal for the PA that was denied at one point? It could be simply following up with the patient, just checking in, hey, how are you doing today? How are your readings? There are times where I've had patients send me, just screenshots of their glucose or screenshots of their blood pressure machines. And I'm able to just see if they're in range or at goal or whatever.